Hey guys, how's it going? Just coming with another video here. Now, this video here was a bit of a take two because, because, I tried doing this video before, and my laptop here, my mom's laptop, was being a bit of a bitch in terms of processing, so I wound up deleting the video. Maybe I shouldn't have, I don't know, but I did. But, anyway, so this review is it's a review. It's gonna be a bit of a review on Super Megaforce and what I think of it so far. And I was kind of inspired to do this video by my friend Samuel Spate because he wrote a blog on how he feels about it so far. So this is a bit of like a mid-season review, so to speak. So, and I'll be sure to link put a link to Sam's blog, his latest blog, in the description box below, so you can read his thoughts on it. So. And yeah, so let's get started. Now, I've just now watched the two-parter premiere of uh, meeting the Silver Ranger and all. Well, yesterday because it's past midnight in my time zone here in Maryland. So yesterday I watched it, and it was pretty decent. And from what I hear, it's gotten mostly a positive reception. And and going on to say that like this character, his name is Orion, and saying that like I've only seen him for 2 episodes, and he's more interesting than any of the other Power Rangers, and because and he's actually got some sort of development, and I guess with that said, maybe that's a good thing, maybe, and um yeah, because Super Megaforce has always been kind of criticized for not having like a strong story. At least for like, the first half, it was just like a love letter to Mighty Morphin and all. But I don't really feel about Super Megaforce. I'll still give it a C, not a C minus or C plus, but just a C. Because why do I think that? Well, for one thing, I guess like they could still maybe try to improve the story a little bit better, and I guess the idea that our new Silver Ranger and did that just a little bit, improve the story a little bit. I guess it could be a good thing, and hopefully they continue making it better, not just be like make it a good thing, like make it interesting only in this story arc, and then everything else. Um, but yeah, I mean this Megaforce whole thing is still in a way inherently flawed. I mean, I guess it could still do a bit better on the character development. Like, who are these characters? Why should we care about them? Why are they Power Rangers and all? But you know, um, but think about Super Megaforce though. So I know it's using like Gokaiger footage and all, and some might say that when they did the Ghost Ranger half, they were just the reason they didn't like do my ton of character development is like just is is just is because they just wanted to hurry up and get to this half right here. And it's kind of an interesting notion. Is that really the case? Maybe, maybe not. But I mean, I guess Gokaiger, the not Gokaiger, Super Megaforce. I mean, I mean, the action's pretty good for one thing, and that's kind of cool that we're having like like past Rangers come back and all. The thing is though, and with Gokaiger, and mind you, I've actually only seen episode 1 of Gokaiger. I actually didn't watch it during its original run because I don't think I really knew much about Super Sentai like I do now, and I have a more stronger awareness compared to like back in like 2011 or whatever. But Yeah. But I'm here with Gokaiger. The reason I guess like some of those characters and their past characters didn't appear like more for it was because I think some of them no longer had their power, so I guess you can excuse that. Um, but with Super Megaforce, we've had two past Power Rangers come back. Both of them are Red Rangers. Um, Jane from Samurai and Casey from Jungle Fury. As far as we know, they still have their powers, so couldn't they have morphed? But then again, the Megaforce team did use like Ranger keys that use those powers and all, so it could have been like a detrimental thing to the Morphin Grid because back during Mighty Morphin, there was a story two-parter involving Kimberly, the Pink Ranger, where she went back in time and she was in the 1880s Western era, I guess. Um, and she met the ancestors of the Power Rangers up to the certain Power Rangers up to that point. Who was on the team. If you know what I'm talking about. Like I said, the story arc was called Wild West Rangers. So if you know what story arc I'm talking about, I don't need to explain further. But if you don't, maybe look it up, and if you have the power to watch it in some capacity, go and watch it. But eventually they were able to like morph and uh, they had like cowboy gear on the suits, the cowboy Power Rangers. Um, and Kimberly had her suit too, but now not in a cowboy-esque that sort of thing. Um, and the reason they never showed her ancestor during that storyline, except for the end, was like too much pink energy can be dangerous because two people using the same set of powers. And there was an episode of Dino then where they did the same thing, where like Trent Mercer, the White Ranger, there was a clone of him, uh, the White Ranger clone, which had no trace of Trent Mercer. They did an episode where they kind of duked it out one last time, and see uh, who was the White Ranger. Basically, like two White Rangers couldn't exist at the same time. One of them had to go. Now, Forever Red you can forgive because although they were all Red Rangers, it was just one person using one set of powers. Like Tommy was Zeo, Jason was Mighty Morphin. We had two Time Force Rangers who were colored red. Yeah, just basically each Red Ranger had their own set of powers that were not identical to each other than the fact that they were all Power Rangers and they were all Red Rangers. So you get the. I'm sure you can probably get what I'm saying. Uh, so you can, in the case of Forever Red, you can forgive that. Yeah. Now, like I said, that if Michael Force Red used the Red Samurai Key, male Red Samurai Key, and if Jaden had morphed, that could have been detrimental to the Morphin Grid. And same for Casey when they did the Jungle Fury tribute. But nevertheless, though, it was great to see those two characters again, and it'll be great to see past characters again too, like the Power Rangers that will be coming back. It's gonna be great to see them too. But from what we've gotten so far, we've got two Power Rangers, past Power Rangers, come back. And while it's great to see them again, it would have been maybe cool to see them morph too, and maybe see them actually help them fight our current team of Power Rangers. Yeah. But nevertheless, though, it was cool to see them come back. And in the case of the Jungle Fury tribute episode, I guess it was pretty good how um they kind of like kept a consistency going with Jungle Fury since it was based on what we saw of them last. Because the finale of that season was called Now the Final Fury, and it would um it would have been it did kind of keep close to Jungle Fury's continuity, and um I guess I would say maybe in a certain sense it could say that added a little bit of development for at least two of our current Power Rangers, Jake, the Green slash Black Ranger, and Emma, the Pink Ranger. Um, and I guess whatever character development may or may not exist in the season thus far, I guess one should appreciate it, but it would be kind of cool if it were stronger than what it is now. Um, but yeah, and as far as the like other episodes, I guess I think one of the copy and paste episode, uh, direct copy and paste, I think was the episode Blue Saber Saga, um, where Noah, the Blue Ranger, um, he lost during a fight. And he had to train himself to do better with swordsmanship. And now I have my friend Sam's blog, and he says that that was no reason for him to get depressed and all. And especially since it's been said that this episode was a major out of character for him, since he's more of a thinker and nerd type. Uh, no, he's got on to say that uh, some slack for him would have been given. He comes some slack, if they played up as sword training and with more of a strategic manner, and him using his nerd side. But it was just hey, I lost, so I'm gonna train for more with my sword. But you know what I mean. Um, but yeah, like I said, that's what here was more of a um, out of character. Now, I guess in a certain sense, what he said, I guess it would have been interesting to see maybe from a strategic point of view and being a nerd and all, based on what Sam had described. In a certain sense, it would have been interesting to see that. But at the same time, um, is that right legitimate or what? It's a good question. Now, with Orion, Silver Ranger, Super Megaforce Silver, maybe, or just straight up Megaforce Silver. I personally like Megaforce Silver. It sounds better. It rolls with the tongue more easily. Now, yeah, he seems like an interesting character. He's been, I think, there's some similarities. He has a similar backstory. It's been said a similar backstory to Taizan from Operation Overdrive. Taizan was the Mercury Ranger, or Silver Ranger, you could call him that, but you know. And plus his actor, Cameron Jibo, seems like a decent actor. Hell, it's been said that he shows more emotion than not Jaden, excuse me, Troy, our current Red Ranger, and that's not the thing too. Yeah, Troy has been getting hate right from the get-go. One could say it's been constructive criticism, based on or constructively criticizing his acting ability. Yeah, when you call him an emotionless robot, bullshit. It's constructive criticism. That's you just because all of it. I've heard almost next to nothing positive regarding him. You yeah, oh, the character sucks because he can't act. He's an emotionless robot. Blah blah blah. The character has been getting nothing but hate for that reason alone. For that reason, because his actor cannot act. I kind of want to give him a hug after that. After all the hate as he's been getting. Maybe it's just, oh, he can't act, he can't act, he can't act. Cut the man some slack, why don't you? Hell, Kevin, the Blue Ranger from Samurai. yeah, he got hated on because his actor Najee Ditej was kind of wooden, had kind of wooden acting. I mean, he's been criticized for that. But man, oh man, Kevin's got nothing on Troy. Uh, but yeah, but all that aside, though, like I said, Orion, he seems like an interesting character, and hopefully, kind of makes Super Megaforce just a little bit better. You know, like, um, and yeah, and the thing is too with Super Megaforce, some people might say, "Oh, it's ruining Gokaiger." Bullshit. Gokaiger is still the same as it was yesterday. It's the same as it is now. It's still going to be the same thing as it is now next week. So bullshit. It's ruining Gokaiger because it is not. And I think the thing too is with Gokaiger. Um, I, I know Gokaiger kind of like in a way. Uh, I know Gokaiger did very well with the fan base and all, and I think probably in part due to the nostalgia and all, and I guess I would say, excuse me, I would say that all the praise Gokaiger has gotten, maybe in several ways it is well deserved. But mind you, though, I haven't seen past episode one, so well, like I said, with the nostalgia factor being played on it, you could say that it pretty much like uh, uh, tugged and pulled at nostalgia's cock, and um, you know, like I said, maybe praise is well deserved, but it's kind of like a bit of a limit, like people are saying, "Oh, Super Megaforce, it's got nothing on Gokaiger, it's ruining Gokaiger." Yeah, if I could just say that, and I could definitely see where Gokaiger might be overrated. And I mean, the other thing it was too, I think some people just a little too still drunk off of Gokaiger, and it shows. But it started in 2011, ended in 2012 because each Super Nintendo show goes over the course of like roughly a year, and since it ended in 2012, I think even right now it still seems like in a way that people are still kind of drunk off of his success. Uh, so, and I do find the argument that Super Mega Force is ruining Gokaiger. I find it to be a very bullshit argument, and of course I stated why. Um, and that's another thing too. Is I think it was with the Neo Saban era. Um, People are kind of just harping on it. I guess I can see some of the criticism towards Samurai, um, because with being a copy and paste of like Shinkenger and all. Here's a good question though: Is it, one might wonder, is Saban really trying? Like, is he just being lazy? Oh, Saban Brands, I should say. Is Saban Brands really being lazy? Have they, has Saban lost its creative touch? Have they, or are they being like uh, more creative than we realize, and we just don't realize it because we're too busy harping on every fucking thing. I don't know. That's a good question, and that's kind of what I hate. Is like, is a difference between like legitimate criticism and having legitimate grievances, and just outright nitpicking. And for that reason, I think when you're just nitpicking on every fucking thing, I feel like you're in a way almost forgetting was like just have fun with it. If you're just gonna harp on like every fucking thing, and just like ripping your hair out every time you see something you don't like, it's like ah, they did something wrong. I'm gonna rip my hair out. And in a way, such the case like what they use when they use the Dire Ranger suits and um Pink Flash from Flashman and Yellow Mask from Maskman. Um, that's the thing. Like one might wonder, uh, like, some would say like Saban just pulled that out of his ass and all. Like, and I will agree that maybe he could have explained it. It could have been explained a little bit better than it actually was. Um, um, and not have the fans come up with it, their own theories and all. But thing is though, was Saban just being lazy and just pulling that all out of his ass? Or was Saban trying to promote Super Sentai a little bit more by using some of those suits right there, the suits that they did use, the core 5 Power Ranger suits that were never made into Power Rangers until now, or Pink Flash and Yellow Mask? Was he promoting Super Sentai and by using those suits, or what? You know, that's a good question. Maybe he was, and maybe the fan base just doesn't realize it because people were too busy pulling their hair out and just whining about it all. Um, I don't know, but like I said, I kind of feel like if we're just gonna nitpick every fucking thing, then that's in a way you're almost forgetting what's like to just have fun with it. Now, I'm sure I've probably nitpicked here and there, but I don't like rip my hair out about it. Um, about everything, and so I. But of course, I don't want to sound too much like a hypocrite. So, and here's a good question too. If they had used Gosei Green, um, like how would they fare against technically having 2 Green Rangers on the same team? I don't know. They could have, if they had used the Gosei Green suit, maybe they could have added a little bit more story to it. Maybe like there was a person who used that green suit, and maybe he lost those powers were destroyed, and he decided to leave for a little bit, and then he came back with uh, uh, Gokai Silver's suit. That could have potentially worked, but who knows? And, maybe it could have worked out in the Super Megaforce. Maybe him transforming into Gosei Green because Gosei came before Gokaiger. But they're not gonna. Apparently, they're not gonna use that suit, which is kind of unfortunate in my opinion. But to each their own, I guess. So, um, so I guess with all what I've said about Gokaiger, Super Megaforce, and me straying slightly off topic, but I guess how do I feel about Super Megaforce as a whole? I'll still give it a C, not C plus, not C minus, but just C. Um, because I guess they could still do better and all, but hopefully with the mostly positive reception towards Megaforce Silver, hopefully things can get better from here. So, and I guess hopefully they can make better episodes and not have people, rip their freaking hair out every time. They do some, Power Rangers does something like they don't like. So, but I don't know. I guess without all that said, though, and hopefully I've said everything I needed to say and not forget anything. And if I did, I'll probably remember it after I'm done filming this video here. But I guess that's why I really have to stay on the matter is. So with all that said, rate, comment, subscribe. See you next time. And like I said, I'll be sure to link Sam's blog to this video and share with me your thoughts. Hopefully. So, bye guys.